Hello, hello, hello. I am trying to make YouTube a thing for me again because you never know where you can reach people. And I want to make content that sticks around for a while because on social media, it's like you post it and then it's gone. So let's do this. The subject of this talk today is how to have all the energy that you want and that you need. So this is a powerful subject. This is what a lot of my clients they have issues with because that's one of the top things people come to me about is I don't have enough energy to do all the things I want to do in the day. So there could be a lot of things uh, you know that could be happening that are leading you to have not a lot of energy. So before I get into all the culprits, I think it's important to, first of all, understand the things you can do to attain more energy. And in those reasonings, in this list, I'm going to list 5 things that I think that will help you, really increase energy. You'll start to see the things that you could be potentially doing that are causing your energy to be affected. So the first thing that I want to speak to is caffeine. Number 1, caffeine. So, what about caffeine? Well, it depends on how much caffeine that you're using. It depends on, are you using caffeine to band-aid your symptoms of fatigue? So, first I would love if you could just think about your life right now and let's think about yesterday. Think about yesterday. And did you drink caffeine? How much did you drink? How strong was the drink? How many drinks did you have? And then notice, do I have an issue? Do I have an addiction with caffeine? Do I wake up in the morning and feel super foggy without my coffee or my yerba mate or whatever it is that you're drinking, your Monster? And so we want to be mindful because whether you want to believe it or not, you have this beautiful, vital energy source within you. Oh, it's there and it can be activated without caffeine, friends. So I want you to know that. And so not every person is designed to drink caffeine and feel good. A lot of people drink caffeine and have panic attacks and anxiety attacks and like get really in the go, go, go mode. And they're not still, they're not calm, they're not content. And so for some people, specifically in Ayurveda, if you're the Kapha dosha, which is you are very earthy in general, you can use a little coffee. You can use a little caffeine to kind of pep you up and get you going. Some people are already in that mindset. So when they drink caffeine, it like triple propels you into this like anxious, worry, panicky mode. And so we have to be really careful with coffee because there's actually a big difference between making a mild cup of coffee and then having like a fatty espresso shot or drinking, some really strong coffee. So I just want you to just take a look at your consumption with caffeine, because the problem that happens is you have a cup of coffee and then later you're like, oh well, I'll have another one, afternoon coffee, and then or maybe midday coffee, and then 3 p.m. hits and you're hitting a an energy slump or an energy dip, and you're like, oh well, I should probably drink some more coffee. And so now you're band-aiding your body's actual your necessary signals that your body's giving you, like, I'm tired, I need rest. And so then you're just putting caffeine in your body to, temporarily band-aid that symptom, which what that is doing is you're now suppressing your prana, your chi, your vital energy source. And so you're band-aiding it. So it's going to come back aggressively to get you. So that day you wake up and you think, I'm not going to drink coffee today. I want to feel energized. You're not. You're going to be super tired and fatigued because you've had what's the word I'm looking for? A compounding effect of caffeine usage. So when you actually try not to drink it, you're going to have withdrawal symptoms, tired, headaches, things like, fogginess, clarity. So number one thing is to tap into vital energy source. Really think about your caffeine consumption. Could you take it down a notch? Could you do a cleanse and just drink a bunch of water for 4 days and sleep for a few days and just, get rid of that, get that out of your life? Caffeine is a very addictive substance. It is a drug. So just, be devotional with it. Use it as medicine. Use it when you really need it, not to band-aid symptoms, not to band-aid your health, because you're just really going to step into adrenal fatigue. So really take a look at your caffeine consumption. That's number one. Also, if you need help getting off coffee, I do that with my work with my clients. That's one of the things is we tap into our energy source before we get into our work. So I address that in my life mastery program. So let's go into step two. Besides that, step two is do something called Abanga. This is a medicated oil massage technique. And through this practice, you increase circulation, you cleanse the spleen, cleanse the lymph, you increase happiness, wellness, consciousness, and you also help with insomnia. And there's just a whole slew of things that Abanga is. So we've all gotten an oil massage, right? But this is a little bit different. You're taking medicated oil and you're starting at the heart and you're bringing it out to the extremities. And you do this before bed, or maybe you do it and then take a shower to wash it off before you get into bed. But Abanga is so amazing, you guys. I get my clients doing Abanga and they're sleeping through the night. They're less stressed. They have less anxiety. Their circulation is improving. It's energizing to the body as well. So Abanga, get yourself some oil. I always recommend sesame oil, or it just depends on your body type, which also I do that with my clients, fixing my hair a little bit here. And there's so many different kinds of oil that you can check out. So type in Abanga, Abhyanga, Abanga technique. Next Abanga, this is the other half of part two of step two, is dry brushing. So dry brushing is actually very activating as well. You get a dry brush, and this is not like a body scrub brush. This is separate. You use this for body dry brushing. There's one called Yerba Santa that I get that I really like. And this activates the body as well. In the morning, you just take a dry brush. It's very rough. Like it's not like the most soothing thing, but it's going to awaken the meridians, the nadis, and it's going to energize. It almost feels like I do it right after meditation. It feels like like this big zing that you get. And so, yes, dry brushing, look that up. So there we go. Number one is caffeine intake. Number two is oil and dry brushing. Number three is, what do I have here? I have reducing sugar. Reducing sugar. You guys do that. So when we eat sugar, the blood sugar, it likes to stay in this mid-range here. It doesn't like to go too low or else we feel funky. And if it goes too high, we get this like zoop. And then what happens is it goes really high and then it zoop. And then we feel like. So a great way to maintain energy is to just stay in that mid-range and avoid things that are going to spike your blood sugar super high, like pop, soda, candy bars, processed foods, things like that. So staying in this low glycemic index with fats, proteins, lots of veggies, fruits that are lower in sugar, that's going to be a good point for you to keep high energy, keep the sustained energy. So just remember that. Imagine when you eat something, you're like, my blood sugar is going to go whoop. And then like you wonder why you wander into the kitchen, 2 hours after you eat sugar and you're like just wanting some more, because that's your blood sugar levels are not being moderated. They're not staying in that healthy medium. So that is number three, is reduce sugar. Of course, you probably know that. Number four is take cordyceps. Cordyceps, I'm a mushroom lover, mushroom guru. I'm not a mushroom guru, mycologist, but I know a bit about mushrooms. You can watch my mushroom workshop that I have on my channel, and you can see how much I love mushrooms, and I incorporate mushroom practices with my clients and different kinds of mushrooms and mushroom protocols. So the one mushroom that comes to mind, by the way, I could go down a whole road. I could go down a whole course of just mushrooms. But cordyceps is the one that comes to mind for energy. It's great for stamina. Let's see, if you're trying to maybe train for a triathlon or a marathon, cordyceps would be a great mushroom to take for endurance and just energetic levels. And so I would recommend, this would be a great kind of thing you could do if you're also trying to, if you are listening to this and you want to look at your caffeine intake, cordyceps can be a great option to incorporate into your new herbal drink in the morning. So maybe you can find a mixed mushroom blend. They sell them all over health food stores. Make sure it has cordyceps, and you can slowly start to transfer from coffee to a, non-caffeinated tea blend or mixture with cordyceps in it. So go cordyceps. I used to grow cordyceps. Well, I just finished growing cordyceps, and I want to start growing them again, but they are the ones that grow out of dead bugs. So I don't know if you've ever seen that, but dead bugs will die in nature, and then a cordyceps mushroom will grow right out of it. So that's kind of a good indicator of how powerful that mushroom is, that it just literally rebuilds, re-energizes, and grows new life out of a dead bug like that. So highly recommend cordyceps. Number 5 is another one you probably know, which is practice grounding asana practices. So when I say grounding, that means like balancing postures. That means twists. That means forward folds, things that are going to bring us to the ground. That doesn't mean like handstands and like flips and like acro yoga, right? This can all be very nice and nurturing and grounding, but things that are really going to hone our energy and bring it in, because when we come back, the earth has a lot of energy, right? A lot of energy. And so when we get closer back to the ground, even practicing these grounding practices outside would be so powerful with no shoes on, in the grass if it's nice weather. Just doing some simple exercises, pulling your energy in, drawing energy from the cosmos, the ground, the earth, and just really finding this grounding place to really invigorate you and bring this natural, vital energy that I love for everyone to have. It's so beautiful when we aren't dependent on things, right? So anyway, that's all I got for you guys today. Should I recap that? We've got, check out your caffeine intake, Abanga and dry brushing, sugar, reduce your sugar, take cordyceps, and then lastly, grounding yoga asana postures. So that's what I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed these ways to stay energized naturally and healthfully to help you live a long, longevitable life. I do want to invite you all to my 6-month life mastery program, health, wealth, all things for 6 months in a group container. It's going to be so amazing. And that starts soon. So you can always contact me in the DMs to schedule a discovery call to see if it's a good fit. So check you later. And I hope you are excited about all these videos I'm going to start making. Ciao.